Hello guys, my name is Prince and this is Math Center. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Post your comments and questions on my social media handles and I'll respond to it. We are on the topic variation. In the previous videos, we have considered direct variation and we've solved some questions on direct variation. In this video, we are going to consider indirect variation. Indirect variation is also referred to as inverse variation. So we are going to consider inverse variation or indirect variation. Now, what is an inverse or indirect variation? If two quantities x and y are related such that I, an increase in x results in a decrease in y, II, a decrease in x results in an increase in y, then x is said to vary inversely or indirectly as y. So if there is a connection between two quantities x and y such that as x increases, y decreases, and as x decreases, y increases, then x is said to vary inversely or indirectly as y. Let's consider these examples. Let's say that this is a table and we have this spring on the table. We have a load of 45 grams on the spring. Now, the load on the spring is increased from 45 grams to 50 grams. It's the same spring. In the third instant, the load on the spring is increased from 50 grams to 55 grams. Then finally, the load is increased from 55 grams to 60 grams. Now you can see clearly from here that as we increase the load, the length of the spring decreases. So let's say that we measure the length of the spring in the first case and we have 10 centimeters. In the second case, we measure the length of the spring and we have 8 centimeters. In the third case, we measure the length of the spring and we had 6 centimeters. And finally, the length of the spring is 3 centimeters. So if we draw this simple two-column table with the load on one side and the length of the spring on one side, we can see clearly from this table that as the load on the spring increases, the length of the spring reduces or decreases. So as the load increases from 45 grams to 50 grams, the length of the spring decreases from 10 centimeters to 8 centimeters. In the same way, as the load increases from 50 grams to 55 grams, the length of the spring decreases from 8 centimeters to 6 centimeters. So as the load increases, the length of the spring decreases. If we look at it in the opposite direction, we can also see that as the load decreases, that is, as the load decreases from 60 grams to 55 grams, the length of the spring increases from 3 centimeters to 6 centimeters. So you can see clearly from this table and this illustration that as the load on the spring increases, the length of the spring decreases. Or as the load on the spring decreases, the length of the spring increases. This type of relationship is what we refer to as inverse or indirect variation. As one quantity increases, the other decreases, and as one quantity decreases, the other increases. This is inverse or indirect variation. If x is inversely proportional to y, it is written as x, then we bring the proportionality sign 1 divided by y. So if x is inversely proportional to y, it is written as x, you write the proportionality sign 1 divided by y. We learned from the videos on direct variation that if you are going to solve questions with this expression, we will have to change the proportionality sign to an equal to sign. And to help us do that, we have to introduce a constant of proportionality. So if k is the constant of proportionality, then x is equal to k times 1 divided by y. So we change the proportionality sign to an equal to sign. Then we multiply the expression we have on the right hand side by k. So we have x is equal to k times 1 divided by y, where k is the constant of proportionality. And if we simplify this, we will have x is equal to k divided by y. So if x is inversely or indirectly proportional to y, then x is equal to k divided by y, where k is the constant of proportionality. Now, this expression here is very, very important. Take note of it because we are going to use it to solve a lot of questions. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to solve a question on indirect or inverse variation. Bye-bye.